Hey guys, you're watching Swan and Ali. My name is AJ. Welcome back to another episode of Let's Build Springfield, episode 55. Hopefully today we're going to be finishing off our baseball stadium here. I've just put down the, I think they're meant to be advertisement boards. They're just different colours. And I've done this wall here. We just got to replicate this on the other side. I was just checking how many blocks it was. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Anyway, guys, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I hope you've had a great last few days. I hope you've been enjoying the hot summer weather if you are in the UK. I don't know what the weather is like. Oops, I want to double check. I don't know what the weather's like anywhere else, like in America and stuff like that. I expect it is probably hot over there as well. Today, for me at least, has been the sort of first cool day in about a week or so. Now, a lot of people might be disappointed with that. Well, I'm not. I hate being hot. I much prefer being cold. If you're cold, you can always warm up. If you're hot, there's not really much you can do about it. I'm missing some seats. If you're hot, there's not really much you can do about it apart from, I don't know, get a fan, take some clothes off. It's a little bit of a problematic situation if you're hot. But if you're cold, you just put more clothes on. And I have ginger hair. You guys know I've got ginger hair if you've seen any of my vlogs and stuff like that. Ginger people, us ginger folk, we don't tan in the sun. We just crisp. We burn instantly, like on contact of sunlight. That's it. We just burn. Which is a terrible, terrible thing. I don't enjoy sunburn, so I tend to stick away from the light as much as possible. Stay away from the light. Copy and paste. There we go. Wonderful. Okay, we can shortcut some of the wall here. We need to be careful because if we go up too high, we're actually going to start destroying the seats, which is why I think the seats were missing on the other side. Yeah, I just saw that block get removed then. So I might have to do this by hand now. Have we removed any from the front? No, it's just the back. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to very, very briefly talk about bullying this episode. Just a very quick one. Hopefully, my aim for this episode is if one or two of you are getting bullied at school or anywhere, hopefully I'll be able to help. And if I help one person, then I'll feel like it was worth talking about. But when I was in primary school, which is like elementary school if you're in America, we didn't really, or at least in my school, hair color wasn't really picked up on. Like, you weren't bullied for your hair color. I don't know if it was because my primary school or elementary school was in an area that didn't really know about the prejudice against what color hair you had, or if it's just all schools, and at that age you're too young to really know about it. Obviously, bullies are in primary schools, elementary schools, but at least in my school, my hair colour wasn't really affected. However, when I went to high school, things changed very, very quickly. I knew within the first day or two that things weren't going to be quite as easy. I knew it was going to be problematic. I think literally on the first day, I was getting comments about my hair, not only from students but teachers as well. Now the teachers weren't bullying me. I'm not gonna say that, but the teachers were picking up on what color my hair was, which I found very, very strange. I said, "No, you've got ginger hair." You know, I think what they were trying to do, now looking back, was sort of sneakily warn me that I was going to get bullied. To this day, I don't really know why people bully over hair color, because it is just the color of your hair. We seem to be the only type of people that get bullied for their hair color. You don't usually get bullied if you've got black hair or brown hair. I suppose blonde females get a little bit of a hard time because of they're meant to be dumb, aren't they? Blonde women are meant to be not meant to be is the wrong word. You guys know what I mean. Like they're foreseen as being a little bit thick. But gingers, they're not bullied for any reason apart from having ginger hair. Luckily, I'm fortunate enough to have very, very, very thick skin. Any YouTuber should have thick skin, and every single successful YouTuber will 100% have very, very thick skin, because to be a YouTuber, you have to deal with an awful lot of hate. Well, I don't have to deal with too much hate, luckily. It seems to me that most people, at least, like me, at least a little bit. Obviously, every channel gets their a couple of little haters on there, but that's to be expected, and I sort of enjoy it in a way, because it makes me wonder that they have how they have nothing else to do apart from say mean things in their life. They obviously have a very sad life, if that's anything that they can think of doing all the time. But yeah, at high school, ginger hair bullied constantly about it. I was lucky enough not to be bothered by it because of my thick skin, and that really helped out. And that's tip number one that I'm going to say. If you are getting bullied, especially if you're ginger, but it works with all bullies, all forms of bullying. If you don't either, well, the easiest way is to literally just not be bothered by it. But if you really are bothered by it, at least don't show it. At least don't show it. If you don't show that it's hurting you, they'll stop pretty quickly, because it's a waste of time for them. Oops, they're not getting the result that they wanted to get, so they'll very quickly just give up, and they'll move on to someone else, unfortunately. But they won't bother, because what's the point if you're not getting offended by it and you're not getting hurt by it? They're not getting the satisfaction from it. Now, do I need a color on this? How did I do this one? That's like that. Okay, it's a little tricky one to do. They're not getting bothered by it, so that's tip number one. Okay, if you don't show, or if you're literally not bothered about it, it will make your life a lot easier. Second tip is to tell someone about it. Tell a teacher, or tell someone that you know or trust, a parent, whatever like that. They will sort it out. It will get sorted that way. Either they'll go in, talk to teachers, whatever like that. Sometimes you might not think that's the best idea, because you might think, well, if I tell someone, I might get bullied for running home and telling someone. That might be the case. You know, you might get a little bit of bullying. You know, oh, you told your mum you went crying home to your mum. Don't listen to it. Don't worry about it. It will help. It'll help you. You'll feel much better about it, and at least it'll progress you a little bit more towards not actually being bothered by it. Because if you tell someone about it and then they still carry on doing it, you're like, well, I've told someone about it. It doesn't bother me now. And then again, they'll quickly stop. The best tip, though, I can't say any better tip than just not physically get bothered by it at all. It might sound a little bit hard at first if you're not used to it. I promise you, it will help, and it will stop as well. As soon as you leave high school, if nothing works and you are still getting bothered by it, just know that when you leave high school, it will at least die down an awful lot. You know, you will get bullied throughout life, you know, throughout work and all that kind of stuff. But at least it won't be on like a daily basis by multiple people. You might get one horrible person at work later on in life that sort of just doesn't like you, so he takes the mick out of you because of something, because you're overweight, or because you're ginger, or because you wear glasses, or anything like that. Anything that isn't, well, I don't even want to say normal. You guys know what I mean. Like, I don't want to say different. I don't want to say not normal. I don't want to say out of the ordinary, because none of them are. You know, a lot of people are overweight. A lot of people wear glasses. A lot of people are ginger. But see, they seem to all get bullied for it, even colour of skin and stuff like that. I don't really know what other tips there are. I never needed any other tips against bullying apart from just not getting bothered by it. So what I want you guys to do this episode in the comment section is actually to write down if you have any tips for other people that are getting bullied. Any tips that I haven't mentioned that you think might be worthwhile mentioning, just stick them down in the comment section. if you have a technique to stop bullies, or a way that helped you stop being affected by it, write it down in the comment section below. Maybe you'll help someone out. Maybe my tips aren't going to help someone, but your tip might. And it'll be really good to have a sort of collection of tips and tricks to beat the bullies, get past the bullies. Don't literally beat them. That's a bad idea. You'll get in trouble for it. It might sound satisfying. It's not going to be good. It's not going to end well. You're going to get in trouble, and you might get beaten up back for doing it. So violence is never the right way to do things. But anyway, let's stop talking about that. Let's start concentrating a little bit more on this. What we're doing now is the sort of peaked part at the front. Now, this actually runs slightly over into this purple area. I think I'm actually going to go 2 blocks over into this purple area, because that gives us the opportunity to actually have a slightly bigger sign. Obviously, the bigger space that we've got down here, the bigger sign that we can build up on top of it. And we want to build a really cool Duff Stadium sign here. Okay, what I've done is I've cut down all the blocks. I think I've cut down every block we need for this episode. Whenever I say that, I always end up with a block missing. But for the moment, I think we've done pretty well. So these have to come along here. Oh, I thought I placed one wrong then. It didn't place it, though. It was like, no, I know you're going to place that wrong, so I'm not even going to place it there for you. And we need to come back probably at least that many blocks. It's like a little overhang you can see at the back here. And I'm really going to concentrate on the sign here, because the sign is probably going to be one of the most important parts. I would really love to have the opportunity to write Duff on there. Stadium might be a little bit too long of a word to fit into this area. But Duff will definitely be a doable goal here. So what we're going to do is we're going to get the red wool. The red wool. I'm actually going to get the half red wool. I'm going to get the half white wool. And the bottom, where it says stadium, that is all red. So we're going to go... Oh, look at that. Yeah, that's really cool, actually, how that blends into that. We're going to come along here. All the way. It definitely needs to be all the way. All the way along here. And we're going to do, like, a rough size for it, because we don't want to do the whole side and then write Duff and then see it's a little bit sort of off center. Mind you, it is on the left. It's not in the middle. No, we should be okay. We should be okay. Okay, let's put another layer on top here. And this is where stadium would be writ if we can fit it in. I'm going to try and fit it in. We can try now, in fact, to try and fit it in. If we get this, we have S. We need to do it as small as possible. So that would be the smallest S that we could do and make it visible. Like, actually make it seeable. S. I need to put another red one if we're going to do this. All the way along here. I'm so excited to see how this turns out. I don't quite know how to close off the ends there yet. That might just be like a purple block job. But yeah. S. That would be the T. We're going to do it 3 blocks. Which means then that would be the A. That would be the D. It's so close. That would be the I. That would be the U. That is so close. We could do it if we added one more. Shall we do it? Let's do it. We'll put that there and that there. Colour me purple. Tickle me pink. Whatever other words there are for it. There and there. And then put these reds up here. Oops, what's wrong? There we go. And this one on this side. And now it should fit. So we're going to have a little bit of a move around again. So that was STADIU. And we are going to have to sort of move the whole lot, aren't we? So let's very carefully peel these away. Take off the vinyl. We should start, technically, we should start in the middle, which is at D. So if this is the middle, that's as close to the middle as we're going to get because of the odd number. But because an I is on that side, I'm going to move it slightly over this side. So that would be the D here. D. And then this one is an A. Whoops. So we go up here. Stay. This one's a T. There. And then this one's the S. Why is that right on the edge? I don't want that right on the edge. I'm going to move it over by 1. Hopefully this will still fit. Oh, that's so annoying. I don't know. I don't know if this is going to totally fit or not. I would love it to. Wouldn't it look so much better if it all fit? But if it doesn't, we don't really have much of a choice. We'll just... I don't want to spell it incorrectly just so it fits. And we can't do any smaller letters. That's just not possible. We can't use like thinner microblocks. Because they won't go exactly where we need them to. Okay, so... if we do it like... would that be a better S? Yeah, that's a better S, I think. That or that? No, that's a better S. STA, and then we have to do the M, so we know that we don't have to go too... not going to go too far. This M is going to look a little bit like a H, but that sort of still works. U. Okay, we're going to put the M right up to the edge then. We don't have a choice. It's going to annoy me a little bit, but there's not really much we can do about it. Oops. How did that destroy so many? I wonder if that become like a full block or something. Oops. Shoot. This has wasted so much time trying to just write stadium. Do. Take that away. Put that down there. That works. That looks like stadium. I think it'll be better. That looks a bit too much like a V. So if you do that. Yeah, stadium. Okay, that's in. And then on top we're going to get the white. And I think I'm actually going to leave that end one blank. Just so it gives a really cool shape. And if we get the little black nicks, we can do it as we go. D. U. F. And then... F. I know it's not going to be 2 blocks at the bottom, but we just got to space it out in that sort of way. That'll work. And then we need to go 3 blocks up to make sure we can get the height of it in. The colours go so well together. Red, white, and black has to be one of my favourite combinations of colours. We were talking about this, actually, in a stadium episode, weren't we? About newspapers and how most newspapers are red, black, and white. Isn't that very strange how it's like that? I'm going to do that D actually bigger, like that. I'm going to leave it at that height. And then I'm going to do the U like that. And then I'm going to put the F in the middle here. It has like a little twirl on it, doesn't it? Do you think we could do it like that? And then have like that. That's a little bit too much of a twirl. That works. That works quite well. And then do this on this side. Put that one there. Take that one away. Yeah, look at that. Duff Stadium written on there. And then there's a little person. We're not going to be able to do the person. I'm not even going to attempt to do it. I'm half tempted to just leave it like that. And not even put the bit on there. Because I think it's going to look really weird if we actually put that on there with nothing else. Yeah, I'm going to leave it like that. Okay. Let's come down here. We need to extend this by 1 block on either side. There's like some sort of telegraph pole or something on there. I'm not quite sure what that is. I'm going to do that off camera, in fact. There's no point me doing that on camera. I'm just going to build this quickly, and I should be right back. We're going to have to cut some stuff out because we've been talking too much. Alright, so I got the little blue thing up there. It was really hard to do it. It's a really tough shape, especially in that size. So that was the best I could come up with if we go over there. It doesn't actually look that bad. Let's see. It was just because we were straight on. It looked a little bit funny. But it does the job that we needed it to do. That's for sure. I've put down... I've thicked up the top on both sides. And I put a nice little purple wall along there. So it's now sort of... all the walls are now completed. That's completed and finished in the same word. That's a new word. I've never heard anybody say that. Complenished. Sounds good as well. It's not that terrible of a sounding word. Yeah, complenished. Use it. Feel free to use it. That'll be in the dictionary by next year, I'm sure. If it's not, then we will make it. 100%. Like Grey Will, what I do is just 35.8. So we're going to do the TV screen now. And I think it's going to go to about there. Let's grab our wand. 35.8. set to 35.8. Oh, I got my mic's in front of my keyboard, so I can't tell. Oh, shoot. I turned it into roses. Of course I would. That's amazing, though. 35.8. Excellent. At least now I know what the number for the little pink roses or tulips or whatever they are. That was quite funny. They exploded into everything. I wonder what would happen if you just turned the whole city into that. You selected the whole city and you just turned them into flowers. That would be so funny to do. Make sure you make a backup of your world first, though. Because if it crashes while undoing it, you might be in a little bit of trouble. Okay, so we're going to do like a nice black TV screen on here. Just a nice sort of thinner one. In fact, it might have been easier. Oh, well, no. I was thinking about it might have been easier if you actually just change these middle blocks and just like set them to black wool. The only trouble is that if you do that, you can see the screen on the back side as well, which is never a good thing. It always looks a little bit weird when you can see the TV through both sides. So this is definitely the best option for us. If I could place in the middle of the block, that would help. There. Oh, that's easier. Look at that. You get the mouse pattern going. You get it into your memory, and then you still get it wrong. No, there we go. Okay, so there's the TV down. There's no more detail that needs to be done on that. We've got the scoreboard next. The scoreboard is along here. I know they're meant to be on a little bit of a tilt, like on a little bit of a diagonal. I'm not going to do that. That's going to just be too much work to try and figure out. So we're going to just leave it like this. Leave it straight. Is that in line? Yeah, that's in line. And then same sort of thing, but a blue one instead. So we're going to put this on here. It needs to go from there up to, not quite as high as the TV. I'm going to do it to there. 35.8. Boop. There we go. And then put this in underneath there to hold it up. Did I cut down a blue one small enough? No, I didn't. Shoot. Alright, so far we've only had one block that I haven't cut previously before the episode started. That's not terrible. I've had worse episodes. Alright, there's the blue. And we want some white ones in here as well. I haven't got a really thin white one, but I think a sticky out white one would look cool as well. So we'll put that one in there and there. And then there's should be one like there as well. And then we've got black ones as like the Springfield would be written on this one. Oops. Stop it. And then visitors would be written on this one. And then we will colour it blue as well. Why not? So that's going to be like that. And then colour it blue around the sides. I might leave the edges though. I don't know. I think it'd be best if we cover it all up. Yeah, and I like how the white just sticks out a little bit. Because I think they would stick out anyway because they have like... they're like pieces of paper that you put a different number on every time that they get a point. You just put a new number over the top. So I think they would be thicker because they've got all the other numbers underneath them. So that works out quite well. And there is a little clock on the top that we can do. The flag I'm not too bothered with. The flag's not blowing, so we might as well just not bother with that. So the clock, though, I would like to sort of do something. Even if it's just a small little one. If we done... that might be too big, but that would be the only... If we're going to do it, that's the only size that we can do it. Is that too big? No, that looks okay. And then, should we do blue around the outside and then white in the middle, or should we just do it all white? I think maybe all white would be best. So we'll fill that in over the top. And that gets our clock on. We might... if I take that away, put that there. We can sort of do a time. It's not great. No, I don't like that. We'll leave it like that. That looks good. You can see it's still a clock. Okay, and then there's just some lights to do as well. I think after that, I think the stadium is actually done. It looks really, really cool now. Look at all that. Alright, so let's do some lights here. I've already previously cut down... I think I'm going to use this one. I cut down a small one, but I think this one might be better. We're going to have to... Oh, no, we don't need to. We'll put that on about, maybe a little bit in, about here. And we're going to come up. I've cut down the glowstone as well, so they will actually light up. I cut them down to this one here. What we're going to do is we're going to put one right there. No, we're not. We are going to put one right there. And then we're going to skip one and put one there. I think that's sort of that. We could do them next to each other, but I think doing it this way, it'll make it look like 6 separate spotlights. So overall, I think it will be better. And like that. Yeah, that looks pretty cool, doesn't it? And then the nice thing about these is that you can actually interlock them all together. And they literally join up perfectly. And they're quite easy to place as well. So we can run them all the way along. Oops. There. There. And there. Yeah, perfect. So we need one of those there. And one of them here in line. Yeah, that looks really cool. I like that. So in line would be right on this one here. I don't know how many blocks I went up. I need to go over and count. I hope we're not going too long on this episode. I know I'm going to be over time. It might be like a half an hour episode, but at least we'll get it finished. 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks. I think I've got 3 there, haven't I? 2. 1, 2. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that is right. 4 blocks, and then on the 5th one, this is where the thingy starts. The interlocking ones. That way, that way, that way, that way, that way. That's so cool. It's like proper good scaffolding as well. If you were doing like a construction site and you made these out of like iron blocks or something like that, that could look really, really cool. Okay, we'll put the little nubs on the end to be able to put the glowstone on top of. And voila. We get another light. Now there's another one, a smaller one here, and I expect there'll be a smaller one on the other side as well. I think it looks smaller on the picture. I'm going to do it the same size though. It's going to be really tough to do it diagonally though, isn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this one. This is going to be really tough to do diagonally. Innit? Something like that. And then like that. And then we put it like that. Like that. Oh no, we've done. Wait a minute. We might be able to get something here. It's going to be 4 lights. If we do it like this, it's going to have 4 lights and not 3 on each end. But it might look better. And then we go there and there. Does that sort of work? I think it sort of does. So we need to go there. There, 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 and there. What do you think? I don't think there's one on the other side. I can't see even like a slight bit of a light on the other side. So I think I'm actually going to leave it blank. And then up here. And that way. Oh, is it nighttime again? That's going to mean that we are like... I've got a feeling that I've been working for about 50 minutes now. Because I think I've seen at least 3 daytimes and night times. Oops, wrong one. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. That works as a light. Yeah. And then the commentary box. Now, this is a tough one. This is our last project, our last part to do. I think what we're going to do is we're going to come out here. And out here. And run it along here. And then we're going to do like a really basic glass box here. I don't think a commentary box is anything apart from just a glass dome, isn't it? They need to have a really good field of view to be able to commentate on the whole field at all times. I'm going to put no, I'm not going to put another grey one. I'm going to put a grey one here. And here. And then put this around the edge. And then... yeah, and then fill it in with grey, I think. I think I'm going to do this along the top here, fill all of this in with it. And then just grey it up. And then we've got the stone to put down on the outside as well, but we can do that in a minute. Okay, so glass all this up. And we need to fix some of these seats as well now that we've put the commentary box in. Oh, so much work still to do. I can't believe it. I want to finish this off this episode, though. If we leave it here now, next episode is going to be so short, because it's only going to be, like, 10 more minutes maximum. So, enjoy the long episode. Sit back, grab some popcorn, and enjoy the show. Okay, something like this, like that. There you go. And then that sort of blends all in together. And the same on this side. Like that, like that, like that, like that, like that. And then along the front here, I think I'm going to just fill that in. We might even do it like that. That gives us another row of seats as well. We could even go along there. For the short people. Yeah, look at that. There we go. Alright, so the stadium is now complete. Duff Beer's written on it. TV screen, score sheet, lights, everything. It looks so cool. And then a lot of this is now going to just be stone that we can use the one for, hopefully without affecting the stadium, the pitch, the diamond. That's what it is. You guys informed me it's called a diamond. But we can just go from there. We need to sort of work out where the maximum that we can go up to is. It's about here. So we go to like there. Set to stone. It's a lot for World Ed to try and figure out. And then go from there to our maximum, which is about only here. Do the same thing. Obviously, I need to fill in like the little bits that we miss. But the majority of it, you can sort of see where I'm going here with it. A few car parking spaces, stuff like that. Fill all that in there. Change that grass out. Go inside all the doors and stuff like that. Put it all down in there. And then it's going to be complete. Alright guys, I'm going to leave the episode there. If you guys enjoyed it, hit that like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe. We'll see you in the next episode. Bye!